She was certain her brother's girlfriend was too good to be true, so she put her to the test. But the results were not what she expected. When Thembeka heard her younger brother, Luthando, talking about his girlfriend, she was immediately on high alert. As the eldest sibling, she had taken it upon herself to protect him from heartbreak, betrayal, and deceit. She had seen too many people suffer in relationships, and she wasn't about to let Luthando be one of them. His girlfriend Zinhle was beautiful, intelligent, and seemed to be the perfect partner. But to Thembeka, something was off. No one was that perfect. She was convinced that Zinhle had a hidden flaw, a selfish streak, an arrogant nature, or worse, a lack of loyalty, and there was only one way to find out. She was going to test her. Thembeka devised a clever plan. She would disguise herself as a waiter at an exclusive restaurant in Cape Town, one that Luthando and Zinhle had been planning to visit. It was a high-end place where etiquette and composure were paramount. She believed that under pressure, Zinhle's true nature would be revealed. Her goal? To catch Zinhle in a moment of dishonesty, entitlement, or betrayal. She arranged for the manager, an old friend, to let her work for the night. She would wear a wig, contact lenses, and a slightly different makeup look to ensure she remained unrecognizable. If Zinhle was as perfect as she seemed, she would pass the test. But Thembeka was certain that no one was that flawless. And so the game began. That evening, Luthando and Zinhle arrived at the restaurant, looking elegant. Luthando was his usual charming self, and Zinhle, well, she looked stunning. But beauty was not what Thembeka was here to test. Disguised as a waiter, she carefully approached their table, pen in hand, ready to take their order. "Good evening and welcome. May I take your order?" she asked, keeping her voice steady. To her surprise, Zinhle smiled warmly. "Oh, you must be new here. You have such a kind face." Thembeka nearly flinched. This was unexpected. She was supposed to be indifferent at best, rude at worst, but Zinhle's words were genuine. Throughout the evening, Thembeka tested her in different ways. She accidentally spilled water near Zinhle's dress. Instead of reacting angrily, Zinhle laughed it off. She forgot to bring her extra sauce, hoping to trigger frustration. Zinhle politely reminded her without an ounce of irritation. When she returned with the bill, she made a mistake, adding an extra charge, watching to see if Zinhle would react rudely or try to cheat her way out of it. Instead, Zinhle calmly pointed it out and even showed concern for the restaurant's mistake. Each test was met with grace, patience, and kindness. Thembeka was losing. By the end of the evening, Thembeka was confused. Zinhle had passed every test. Just as she was about to retreat in defeat, something unexpected happened. Zinhle leaned in and said, "So, how did I do?" Thembeka froze. Zinhle smiled knowingly. "Did you really think I wouldn't recognize you, Thembeka?" Thembeka's heart pounded. She knew. Zinhle continued, her voice gentle but firm. "I realized something was off the moment we walked in. You've been staring at me all night, and despite the wig, I recognized your eyes. I knew you were testing me, but I played along because I wanted to prove something." Thembeka's breath hitched. Zinhle took Luthando's hand and said, "Love isn't something that needs to be tested. It proves itself every day, in small ways. I would never hurt Luthando, and I don't need to prove it to you. But I played your game because I wanted you to see for yourself." Thembeka was stunned. Zinhle had won the game she never signed up for. That night, Thembeka couldn't sleep. She kept replaying the evening in her head. She had gone in believing that no one was perfect, that Zinhle had to have a flaw. Instead, she had met a woman who was not only kind, but also clever, patient, and unshaken. The next day, she went to Luthando's apartment. Zinhle was there. For the first time, Thembeka apologized. I shouldn't have tested you. I was wrong about you. Zinhle smiled. I forgive you, but next time, just talk to me. And with that, the tension was broken. For the first time, Thembeka saw Zinhle not as a threat, but as family. Thembeka swore never to tell Luthando about the test, but months later, at a family gathering, he turned to his sister and smirked. So how did the whole waiter disguise thing go? Thembeka choked on her drink. Zinhle laughed. I told him. Luthando grinned. You think I wouldn't recognize my own sister? Thembeka covered her face in embarrassment, while Zinhle and Luthando laughed together. At that moment, Thembeka realized that she had not only gained a sister, but also learned the true meaning of trust. Sometimes the truth doesn't need a test. It reveals itself in the most unexpected ways. But tell me, if you were in Thembeka's shoes, would you have done the same? Let me know in the comments. If you love this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.